TOEFL iBT Home Edition listening practice'imizni davom ettiramiz.
Listen to part of a conversation between two students. The woman is helping the man review for a biology examination.
Okay, so what do you think we should go over next?
How about if we go over this stuff about how bacteria become resistant to antibiotics?
Okay.
But first of all, though, how many pages do we have left? I told my roommate I'd meet her at the library at 7 o'clock.
There's only a few pages left. We should be finished in a few minutes.
Okay. So,
About how bacteria become resistant to antibiotics.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you know that some bacteria cells are able to resist the drugs we use against them, and that's because they have these special genes that, protect them from the drugs.
Right. If I remember correctly, I think the genes, weaken the antibiotics or, stop the antibiotics from getting into the bacteria cell, something like that?
Exactly. So when bacteria have these genes, it's very difficult for the antibiotics to kill the bacteria.
Right.
So, do you remember what those genes are called? Resistance genes.
Resistance genes, right. Resistance genes, okay.
And that makes sense, right? Because they help the bacteria resist the antibiotics.
Yeah, that makes sense, okay.
Okay, but the question is, how do bacteria get the resistance genes?
How do they get the resistance genes? They just inherit them from the parent cell, right?
Okay, yeah, that's true. They can inherit them from the parent cell, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about how they get resistance genes from other cells in their environment. You know, from the other cells around them.
Oh, I see what you mean. Is that stuff about hopping genes or something like that?
Right, although actually they're called jumping genes, not hopping genes.
Oh, okay. Jumping genes.
Yeah, but they have another name, too, that I can't think of. Let me see if I can find it here in the book.
I think it's probably on...
Oh, okay, here it is. Transposons. That's what they're called.
Let me see. Okay. Transposons. So, transposon is another name for a jumping gene?
Right. And these transposons are, like little bits of DNA that are able to move from one cell to another. That's why they're called jumping genes. They kind of jump from one cell to another.
Okay.
And these transposons are how resistance genes are able to get from one bacteria cell to another bacteria cell. What happens is that a resistance gene from one cell attaches itself to a transposon, and then when the transposon jumps to another cell...
The other cell gets the resistance gene, and...
Right.
That's how it becomes resistant to antibiotics.
Right.
Wow, that's really cool. So that's how it happens.
That's how it happens.
Demek savoliga javob berishni boshlaymiz. What are the students mainly discussing? O'quvchilar nimani discuss qilyapti? Drugs that are harmful to the human body. Umuman ma'lumot yo'q. Demak, zararli drug preparatlar haqida, dorilar haqida. Bacteria that produce antibiotics, to'g'ri. O'zi antibiotiklar. Stop. Antibiotik chiqaradigan bakteriya haqida gap ketmadi. DNA that is related to athletic performance haqida gap bo'lmadi. Atletik demak yaxshi harakat haqida gap bo'lmadi. Genes that protect bacteria from antibiotics bor. Ya'ni bakteriyani antibiotik bilan demak qutqaradigan, himoya qiladigan genlar haqida bor. According to the conversation, why are transposons sometimes called jumping genes? Demak, transposonni nima uchun jumping gene deb ataladi? They are able to move from one bacterial cell to another. To'g'ri, bitta bakteriyani hujayrasidan boshqa bakteriya hujayrasiga o'tadi. They are found in people with exceptional jumping ability. Jumping ability, people haqida umuman gap bo'lgani yo'q, xato. They occur in every other generation of bacteria, xato. Their movements are rapid and unpredictable, xato. Shu uchun ham avariyanni oldik. According to the conversation, what are the two ways in which bacteria gets the resistance genes? Qanaqa qilib resistance genes oladi bakteriya? Carried from nearby cells, to'g'ri. O'zini yonidagi hujayralardan oladi. Are carried by white blood cells, yo'q. White blood cell haqida gap bo'lmadi. Inherit from parent cell, to'g'ri. Parent celldan demak inherit qiladi, ya'ni nasliyasiga qoladi. Resistant genes are carried by antibiotics. Antibiotiklar tomonidan carried qilinmaydi. Shuning uchun ham bir bilan uch variantdan olamiz. What can be inferred about the resistance genes he discussed in the conversation? Nimani xulosa qilsak bo'ladi resistance genes haqida? All bacterial cells yo'q. Bittasi ikkisiga o'tadi, hammasi bo'lishi mumkin emas. They are not able to resist antibiotics. Not able to resist haqida ma'lumot yo'q, chunki they are able to resist, ya'ni ular antibiotikka qarshi kurasha oladi. They make treatment of bacteria more difficult. Bu to'g'ri, bakteriyani demak davolashni qiyinlashtiradi. They are essential for body's defense against bacteria. Bu xato. Demak, bakteriyaga qarshi tanani himoyasi uchun muhim. Yo'q, ular o'zi bakteriyaga yordam beryapti. Bu muhim emas. Shuning uchun 3-javobni to'g'ri javob sifatida olamiz. Listen to track 13 and answer the question, why does a woman say this? Demak, 13-trackdan nimaga birorta audio aytganligini ko'rar ekanmiz.
Why does the woman say this?
But first of all, though, how many pages do we have left? I told my roommate I'd meet her at the library at 7 o'clock.
O'z ko'rayotganingizdek, nimaga bu ayol shu savolni so'ragan? Ya'ni nechta page qoldi? Quyidagi gapni aytgan. O'zi nechta pageimiz qoldi, ya'ni betimiz qoldi. Men 7 da o'rtog'im bilan uchrashaman degan edim. To find out if the man has done his assignment, yo'q, USFasini tekshirmaganligini tekshirayotgani yo'q. Qilmaganligini. Assignment to find out the library is open. Demak, kutubxona ochiq yo'qligini taqada so'ragani yo'q. Let the man know that she cannot study much longer. To'g'ri. Demak, u bolaga aytayapti, men ko'p o'tira olmayman sen bilan. Men 7 uchrashishim kerak o'rtog'im bilan deyapti. To ask if the man has ever met her roommate. Demak, uni xonadoshini ko'rganligi haqida so'rash umuman ma'lumot yo'q. Demak, hozir borini tekshirishga harakat qilamiz. Demak, boshlaymiz javoblarni tekshirishni. 6 to'r 7 1. To'g'ri. 8 1 3 9 2. 9 3. 1 3 3 to'g'ri. 10 3 to'g'ri. Keyingi qismini keyingi videoda analiz qilamiz.